Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and today we're playing Obliteracers. It's a bit of a hard word to say, Obliteracers. I have a bit of a lisp, so I really hate words that are like that. Anyway, so this is a fun little sort of party game, and I'm playing this with a controller, as you can see with the very clearly marked controller prompts there on the screen for select and back. But this is kind of a karting game mixed with battle elements. It's a bit hard to describe, but I'll show you what I mean. We're going to jump into one of these campaign races here. Now, I will stress that this is a game that seems to be intended for multiplayer, but the offline mode isn't like being neglected. There are a fair amount of these. Like, there are lots of these levels to choose from. So, you're not lacking for offline content at all. So we're going to jump into this. There are a lot of different game modes. So the one I'm going to show you here is called Leader Mode, which has, I think, the largest number of players possible in any match. So, alright. So just wiggle the steering there, gives you a nice little prompt to see which one you are. I'm there, number 1, as you can see it flashing there. That's actually a really useful feature in these sorts of games. So, before we begin, I'm just going to explain what this game mode is. So, when you kill other players, they respawn immediately. But you only gain points if you are... Or rather, you gain points for every kill. However, if you are in the lead, you then steal the points from other players. So, basically to win, you gotta stay in the lead, which is something that's a bit different. So, we're off to a little bit of a slow start here. But if you just imagine if Mario Kart... Ooh, bit of a stutter there, that's a bit rare. I don't know why that happened. Imagine Mario Kart, but the sort of tense kind of battling that you get between players kind of condensed into one game. So let's focus on the racing element of things. I do have something I can use there now. I think I'm going to use it. No, I missed. So there's a lot of these little weapons and power-ups that you can use, and you can just fire them off. This is a little cannon, and you can see the laser there will automatically target enemies there. And of course, there's fully destructible environments. You can, of course, push them off the edge of the map as well to get a nice kill. And there I am. They're in the lead. Kind of want to stay away from him because he's got a little weapon that will zap me. I think I can just absorb that. There. So, there are a few different mechanics at play here. Get a nice little boost there if you get it at the right time on the countdown. Okay, so there is a little hop drift that we can do. Just works the same way as Mario Kart as well. So if we were to go around this corner, a nice little hop and then turn, you do get a drift the going there, but I kind of mistimed that a little bit. Because you can steer in the air, of course. And you have a shield. So, what the shield will do is it allows you to block incoming attacks. However, it also prevents you from doing things like drifts, and it prevents any braking or any further acceleration while you're using the shield. So, it's one way to really lose the lead. As you can see right there, I'm just going to drop that oil on the track there. Kind of trying to stay away from him because that is a melee weapon that he's just picked up there. Okay, so we're going to go pick up the mines over here. There we go, there's one gone. Can we get him? Yeah. Oh, he didn't die from that. Cheeky bastard. Oh, there we've won. So if you look on the right side of the screen there, you can see the flashing bars, and that is the actual score count. And the flashing amount is how much you've picked up that particular round. So it's a good way to very quickly keep track of how well you're doing. And of course it will rank you accordingly, depending on where you are on the map there. Or where you are on the leaderboard. Which is always very nice to see. Now, the actual numbers next to them, this was something that confused me at first, is I thought these were actually, Oh, I fell off the edge. I thought that the numbers were I thought the numbers were actually your positions, but no, each character actually has its own number, kind of like a racing number. So that's something that's just there to help identify you. Alright, so now that we're dead, we can still mess around with the others a little bit. So I've got this little cursor here, which can allow me to lock onto people and launch a missile. Now, in some game modes, that will result in an instant kill. Or, in this case, it can still do some damage. So, if I want to take out the leader, for example, really fuck up his day there. Now, I don't know if I got him or somebody else did. But another handy feature as well is that if you're in a single-player game, you can just skip the round if there are only bots left, and it will just use whatever positions they're at to kind of give the points accordingly. But you can also just use the missile there to score some additional points for yourself. And I believe in multiplayer that feature is disabled, or if it is available, it's something that everyone else can do. I'm not sure about that. So, because this is something I've yet to try multiplayer out with, strangely enough. But so far the single player experience has been pretty good. Trying to bump them. Now that weapon actually doesn't do any damage on its own. Oh, I did. Doesn't actually do any damage on its own. It just sort of pulses enemies away and causes them to lose control. So you can use that to kind of knock somebody off the edge if you really want to. Now you might notice I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to really commentate while playing, because there's a lot of things happening at once. Just so many things just happening at once. Oh, I've been taken out already. I'm still winning, strangely enough. Gonna try and get number 11 over there. Oh, well, somebody else got him. Oh, no, yeah. So, the missiles themselves, they come in from the top, but they level out when they're closest to the ground, and somebody else can crash into them, which is kind of comical when that happens. Now, you don't have a limit on how many missiles you have, but I can just skip it, and whoever's in the lead is kind of given the win there. But I am still winning, because, of course, I am amazing at this game. Oh, just knock everybody off there. Oh, wow. I think we managed to get rid of everybody at this stage. Alright, I'm going to try and take out the leader now. There we go. Have some flames there. Now, there's one thing, you do seem to be locked to this one particular character for the offline mode. You can, of course, play offline just random matches and not in the campaign. So you can just set up your own custom matches if you want to. And that allows you to choose other characters that you've unlocked. So that is something you can do. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. I think I got killed. Yep, no, I'm definitely out. But yeah, I guess the best way to describe this game is really just, this is the friendship rivalry of Mario Kart condensed into one game. I think that works as a description. I'm getting shot at with a cannon over there. Now, of course, this will just go on infinitely until somebody reaches the end, which I feel like, because it's a long game, this might end up just being a win for me. However, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out of this and show you a different mode. Alright, so I'm going to jump into the versus mode and just show you some offline. So we're going to pick a random location, I think, and let's go with a knockout. So just simply scoring points for taking out other races, and of course go for a quick one. maximum number of races. We can, of course, reduce that all the way down to 2 if we really want to. And we can, of course, also fill that with bots up to 15 bots. And normal. Now, we do have a bunch of modifiers. Now, this is a little bit interesting here. So we can actually add some different ones. So we can have wild cards. We can have all sorts of different, even presets that you can... Yeah, you can have all sorts of presets there. Kind of reminds me of, like, the modifiers that used to have on Worms and games like that. So, you can have different handicaps. So, the speed, weapon, or armor if you're losing. Or you can get weapons for drifting. You can have low gravity. You can have instant death when you collide with somebody. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Even reverse steering. Not sure if I'm really particularly like using that. Flora's lava. Not sure how that would work, but there we go. So there's definitely a lot of these that we can choose. I think a lot of people will probably choose this one to remove airstrikes, just to prevent knocked out people from interfering. There's no shields as well, so a lot of these things you can actually choose. I think there's a bunch of these up here as well. I haven't looked at. You've got track direction. So yeah, a lot of things. You can definitely play around with that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick a bunch of random modifiers. Here we go. Not going to even look what they were. Just going to go with it. Alright, let's pick a different character here. So this is the actual mode where you can pick a character. I think I'm going to go with... Who looks good? Yeah, let's go with him. Why not? And let's start. So everyone else is going to be a bot. Right, so that's a lot of cars. And I'm all the way over there on the left. So this is going to be interesting. Let's get on with it. Oh wow. And immediately a lot of people are already dead. So you can see just the sheer amount of chaos you can get out of this. I've completely lost myself now. Oh, there I am. Oh, now I'm dead. And of course, you still have the option of skipping the round, even though this is a custom match. You do have that option. But somehow or another, I am still in the lead. I don't know what it is that I'm doing. See, I think what I've done is disable shields or have enable Flora's lava, because I seem to be taking damage regardless. Oh, well, I survived that one. And I can't seem to be able to shield either. So, oh, I've been taken out already. Yeah, I think there's ramming damage on as well. So... yeah, this is a very, very quick match. So you saw there in the top left that there's only 3 points remaining now. I'm dead. And I think Gadget is probably going to win now. Even though Gadget's already dead. Of course, it would be interesting to have the bots using, oh, I've been knocked out already. So, I guess maybe having this number of players might not be a good thing. Just a thought. But yeah, I think you kind of get the idea though. This can be some pretty chaotic fun there. Yep, Gadget's already won there. But anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Panzer taking a look at Obliteracers. It's now available on Steam, so go and check it out. It's... I would say that this is definitely intended more towards multiplayer, but there is definitely a good amount of single-player content. And if you do like a little bit of battle mode, deathmatch style racing, then this is kind of... It has character, and I would definitely recommend it for that. It definitely has that sort of tension that Mario Kart also has, but maybe with less emphasis on the actual racing part of things. But it's pretty fun in its own right, and you can of course play this for very, very short bursts at a time, which is always nice to see. I will say, however, that the controls could be tightened up just a little bit at times, but other than that, there are no real complaints about this, so yeah, go and check it out. And thank you very much for watching. My name is Panzer. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you next time.